We start off with the devastating earthquake, and according to Myanmar's ruling junta, the death count from the blast has jumped to 694, with around 1,670 people so far accounted for as injured. Another earthquake of magnitude 4.2 struck Myanmar late on Friday, causing further damage after the earlier 7.7 magnitude quake and the following 6.4 quake aftershock. The National Centre for Seismology reported the tremor at a depth of 10 kilometres. India has sent 15 tonnes of essential relief material, which include tents, food and medicines, to aid Myanmar's recovery. Meanwhile, the US announced massive cuts to US aid, yet President Trump assured continued aid for the region's earthquake victims. In a related incident, Afghanistan was also shaken by a 4.7 magnitude earthquake early on Saturday, just one day after the Myanmar and Bangkok's powerful tremors. Rescuers from China and Russia have been dispatched to assist with relief efforts in Myanmar, with teams bringing life-saving equipment and medical supplies. China's Yunnan province sent a 37-member team, while Russia deployed 120 rescuers to aid in the search for survivors. The death toll in Myanmar continues to rise, with over 794 confirmed dead. Let's have a look at what the governor and citizens of Bangkok had to say.
ใช่ภาวนาให้ลูกไปที่โรงพยาบาลแล้ว
ไม่ได้แจ้งอะไรว่าก็อาจจะไปอยู่โรงพยาบาลหรือว่าไงเนี่ยให้คิดไปฝั่งนู้นดีกว่าก็ภาวนาไว้ทางที่ดีไว้ก่อน
โอ้ยใจหายเลยไม่นึกไม่ฝันว่าจะเจอเหตุการณ์แบบนี้ทำใจยังไม่ได้เลยเนี่ยสั่นไปทั้งตัวเลยหลานสาวด้วยนะไม่รู้จะเจออะไรภาวนาขอให้ปลอดภัยเนาะเราก็นั่งลุ้นเราทำอะไรไม่ได้ก็ลุ้นอย่างเดียว
Well, joining us to discuss the latest developments the day after the devastating quake that has shaken Southeast Asia is Brian Thomas, a correspondent with NewsX, joining us at the Triodos City Marina. Brian, thank you very much for being here. What can you tell us on the ground for what you've seen following this devastating quake that has, of course, hit Myanmar but also impacted Bangkok as well?
Yeah, well, definitely, a major earthquake that struck Myanmar yesterday with a Richter scale of 7.7, which jolted parts of Bangkok. Many high-rises, skyscrapers also became a part of this earthquake also and suffered because of this very incident that has happened yesterday. Earlier also we were reporting from the audit general office where it was an under construction building. There were many people who were stuck there. There were 10 to 15 people who were still under the rubble. There were more than 100 people who were rescued. There were 6 people who were also, unfortunately, they lost their lives because of the building, the under construction building fell. Now also we are at this very important place also, and we are also joined by an important guest who's a local here, who's a student and who is also a vlogger who is originally from India but is staying here for a very long time. But before we come to him, I'll just take an attempt to show you this very view that is ahead of us. Also, we are at this very location, which is this 8th floor, and here you can see more or less you can see the entire Bangkok is visible because of this location, because of how it looks. And just nearby also is the very watermark building also, which is not visible from here because and even that building was also part of this earthquake that has happened. And we're also joined by Rudra, who is a local here, who will give us a perspective, who will give us his POV, his point of view, exactly what happened, what led to something like this, how can things be better, because we've earlier spoken to the rescue team also. So Rudra, welcome to newsxworld. My very first question to you would be, what happened? Reaction to tell our viewers.
So when it happened, I was in school and I was waiting for my cab to come pick me up, and then suddenly I feel a sensation of moving left, right. Now that I'm feeling dizzy or something, then my friends started hiding under chairs, tables. So I definitely thought that okay, then there's something happening, and then the alarm rang in our school, so we all rushed to the parking area. We never expected anything like this to happen. So it was kind of an experience as well in sort of a way, because our school is not really a high rise area.
So when did you get to know that it has become big? Because you were earlier with me at the Audit General Office also, which is an under construction building. There also many people are still stuck, inside. Even though yes, the parts of Bangkok is still in a better condition, but there are some areas that is still yet to come under normalcy because that area was also cordoned off. So when did you actually understand the impact of the earthquake that has happened, that has jolted Bangkok per se?
I understood the impact when I think last night when like I was at home, I was just there, and then the news started to come in. Like I saw the building fall. First, I thought it was AI, and then I realized it was not AI. Then I saw videos of the BTS shaking, the sky train shaking, and then I saw videos of swimming pool water falling from buildings. And then my friends started telling me their houses have cracks. Like there's many places where they are not even allowed to enter the building anymore, so they are living in hotels for the night and stuff like that. Then I was like, okay, then that's a pretty big thing.
There's another important building that is a watermark also. What happened there, if you can tell our viewers?
So according to my friends in Watermark, the when the earthquake struck, the water tank exploded. So most of the floors there are flooded, and not only the water tank, there's an infinity pool there, and there's other pools there as well, swimming pools, because it's a pretty posh building. So the pool water started to drain into the parking area, so the pool water is drained, so that pool is they're not functionable. And also the infinity pool has cracks in it, and the infinity pool is situated right next to the Chao Phraya River. So it's pretty dangerous, if like someone falls in or something.
And my very last question to you would be, how efficient are the authorities working, and how soon are you hoping that things will be back to normal in the places where things are still scary as of now?
Authorities are working pretty well. Firstly, they for the aftershocks and told people not to go in, and they are telling people with cracks in the buildings and how to not go into the building. So definitely, authorities are doing their job pretty well. And I think it will take at least 2 to 3 weeks, or maybe even a month, for those buildings to go back to normal, because there's some cracks that is it fillable, is it fixable? We do not know anything yet. So I would assume a month.
Thank you so much, Rudra. So yes, you've heard Rudra, who's a local here, who gave a very clear perspective about the effort that has been, done here, the authorities, how efficient they've been working, and how much time will it even take for things to become resumed, to things become normal in places where it's still yet to be, yet to come in a normal situation. Yes.
Yes, Brian. Obviously, people waking up this morning following yesterday's shocking events. What is the feeling that you're seeing on the ground? Are people still shocked? Are people still startled? What is the public consensus?
When we were at the Auditor's General Office, also there were many people who were, they were all glued to their phone screens. They were getting all the updates from the news. They were getting an understanding what is happening, because they were also not aware, because there have been many such informations about the missing people, about the people being dead. So no official statement was coming, even though yes, there was a missing report that was mentioned there, that was there. So people were keeping a tab on there. There were people's loved ones, dear ones, were also waiting for them to come out, to be rescued as soon as possible. So yes, in terms of, in some places there is still panic, but in general, if you say yes, Bangkok is still functioning pretty well. But when you talk about some places where you talk about Auditor General Office, the under construction building, which is the most affected building in the entire Bangkok when it happened. So that area, there's a JJ Mall also that is just opposite to that. So that entire road has been cordoned off. That has been blocked for people, for commuters to travel to and fro, because the authorities, the firefighting officials, the traffic police officials, they are all working day and night from yesterday 2 p.m. till now, and they will be working for 3 more weeks, or maybe more than that. We don't know that, to make sure that the people who are stuck inside, they can be rescued, the debris can be removed, it can be done better, and things can be back to normalcy again. Yes.
Absolutely, Brian. Of course, around 100 people still unaccounted for in the high-rise construction building that fell over following this earthquake. But Brian, I want to now take our minds over, of course, to Myanmar, where the situation is a little less clear given the current status in Myanmar. Of course, the junta have been fighting a civil war since 2021 and information is coming out slower, but those rescue efforts are still ongoing. The death toll has also been updated to almost 700 people. We're expecting that to rise. What can you tell us about the situation in Myanmar right now?
See, the situation in Myanmar is very different and very intense than Bangkok. Around 694 people have unfortunately lost their lives. Around more than 1,500, 1,600 people are injured. And very importantly also, India is playing a very important role. In the first tranche itself, India has sent 15 tons of relief materials from its air force. You talk about rescue kits, you talk about sleeping pods, you talk about generators, you talk about paracetamols, you talk about all the medicines, ready-to-eat food materials have been sent from India to Myanmar to address the issue. Apart from that, even US President Donald Trump has also taken a cognizance, taken a stock of the situation. Donald Trump has also said that he will do everything necessary to help the people in Myanmar, help the people who are in need. So yes, even Donald Trump and many world leaders, apart from him, also are even expressing their, their sorrow in the situation, and they are also hoping. Even the Prime Minister himself, yesterday, Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, yesterday also gave out a message on, on X also, saying how shocking it is, because also in Bangkok also there's BIMSTEC also that is scheduled early next week, where the Prime Minister himself, Prime Minister of India, will also be coming. There will be Mohammad Yunus also, who is the interim chief of Bangladesh. So that is also very important, and this becomes very important, rather Bangkok becomes very important again itself, because BIMSTEC is coming next week. The Prime Minister himself will be coming, and in just a week, when you have this international gathering and you see something like this happening, you understand that there is something wrong. You understand it is alarming. Yes.
Brian, Thomas, thank you very much for joining us from Thailand and Bangkok. We now go to Rajul Gonka, who is the president of the